1 second, feminism.
But apparently, women are also lonely. Let's learn about women. Don't you want to learn about women? I want to learn about women. Maybe we will be able to crack the code. What? No, I swear. Apparently we are lonely too. Surely. No, trust me. Sure, I love women. I love them too. Especially if they are nice to me. Okay? Like, that's my bare minimum. Okay? That's my... I want a cute girl who is nice to me. That's it. I don't care about height. I don't care about eye color, hair color, boob size, butt size. Just be nice. I'm scared otherwise. Women are often yelling at me, and I don't like that. Just be nice to me. It's alright.
Feminism is demonizing men for objectifying women, and in the next it's encouraging girls to sell their body on OnlyFans so that men can objectify them. I mean, which is it? Are you...
So true. But that's different, because when a woman objectifies herself, that's for her, and the men are not allowed to enjoy it. But you, as a man, you should still pay for it, because you go girl and you have to make business out of that sexualization. But he can only buy it but not enjoy it. Okay, this is what you have to do. You just have to send the money and not look at it. You cannot have fun because you're a sexist pig. Yeah, that's how it works.
you sexually empowered, or are you a victim of oppression?
Yes, I can. It's like Schrodinger's cat. It's like Schrodinger's women. I am equally empowered, but also a victim simultaneously at the same time, depending on which angle you're looking at. It's true.
I used to consider myself a feminist until I realized that women were using it as a means to justify going out like this, and then...
I don't see any problem with this. I like this. I like this. Yeah, what's the issue? I like this. I think this is very nice. Yeah. I don't think this is the problem. The problem is when you have larger gentlemen and larger females. It's mostly larger females with skin-colored leggings. Jesus fucking Christ, never wear skin-colored leggings if you're on the... Just don't. Trust me, it's not your color. You can wear the leggings, just not the skin-colored one, because that's not good juju. Okay, I'm sorry.
Complaining about being called hot. Shorty, have you seen your own ass? I swear to God, women are the only ones that can spend 2 hours doing their makeup and picking out an outfit and then still say they don't want to be judged on their appearance. Girl.
Oh, based. Ooh, she's based. I like her.
Oh, you literally pulled up your leggings to your third rib and gave yourself the ultimate wedgie. We know you didn't dress like this for you. When you look at the actual definition of feminism, all it is supporting women having access to equal rights. I'm not gonna sit here and call myself an anti-feminist as someone who agrees with the core definition of feminism. But the problem is that the word has evolved to mean something very different. It's not just about women's rights anymore. There are other ideological strings attached. A major concept of modern feminism.
Love sex, hate sexism. What? The feminist revolution continues? Something, my existence, or expect my resistance? Patriarchy kills? What a strange thing to write up. Is that her holding the sign? No, I don't think so. It's just the hair is similar, but she has brown eyes. She has blue. Love sex, hate sexism. That's such a strange thing to say.
Feminism has been encouraging sexual liberation. This was started partly due to the double standard around sexuality for men and women. When a man frequently engages in casual sex, he's considered a stud, but when a girl does it, she's considered a slut.
True. True.
Sexual promiscuity leads to less satisfaction in relationships for both genders. Just because it's more socially acceptable for a guy to have casual sex doesn't mean women should be trying to match that expectation by normalizing it. Two wrongs don't make a right, and promoting a destructive behavior under the...
She's using a dirty technique. She's distracting me from whatever she's saying. Sneaky.
Marketable guise of sexual liberation is abhorrent. It's so interesting how women constantly complain about how shallow and objectifying their relationships with men are, but then promote hookup culture, which directly encourages this exact transactional process. If feminism actually cared about women as much as it claims to, the movement would be encouraging them to be more selective about their...
What color was the wall?
The wall? Yellow. Yellow. it was yellow. I can say it yellow. Yeah. There was a war. Yeah, there was a war. Yeah. It's fine.
Sexual partners. It would be educating them about the negative effects of casual sex, since we know that it leads to decreased relationship satisfaction, loneliness, and depression. And look, I know people are going to take this as me trying to tell women how to live. That's not what I'm doing at all. You have all the freedom in the world to live exactly how you please. However, where I do have an issue is when a cultural movement is built on a foundation of lies. If you're gonna have an entire movement, an entire ideology who claims its very goal is to benefit women, then encourage behavior that actually benefits women.
Do you know what I hate? I hate the term situationships. I feel like that's a very modern thing that came up recently, and I can't stand it. The way I understand it is a situationship is basically like being a friends with benefits, but except you don't even have to be a friend. So you're like a stranger with benefits, and that's it. You know? What's a situation? I think that's it, when you just like have like hookups, but you don't want to commit, but you constantly hook up with a person? Question mark? It's yeah, so fuck buddies. Yeah, like yeah, fuck buddies. And it's like people don't want to commit. Like the boys don't want to commit, the women don't want to commit. Situationship is the dumbest fucking word in existence. It's just so shallow, man. I'm sorry. I don't want to be like that, but I'm an incredibly romantic person, okay? In my head, you should try to go on like dates, right? And you should never have anything sexual on the first date, okay? I know that it will ruffle some feathers, but I think the first date should be you get to know the other person. You go to like a coffee, you chat, you hang out, you're like checking the vibes. Are you into him? No kiss. I think if the date goes well, you're allowed to have a kiss. Like, I'm not saying to be prudish or anything, but
at one point this
sorry. But like, you're not supposed to start it with a BJ. Okay? Like, what kind of... I'm not saying that's bad. It's just... It's an impression. What? No, BJ? I'm sorry. What's this? I apologize. I don't think so. A BJ is prudent on the first date. You know, like, is that why you have like a second and a third one? So no, I'm disheartened now. I apologize. Is it wild? Is it wrong of me to think that you shouldn't be so promiscuous on the first date? Am I being too old-fashioned? I apologize. I sort of noticed a trend that whenever a relationship starts promiscuous, that's oftentimes a little bit shorter, because those people tend to change partner quickly or date someone else suddenly, or, you know, cheat and whatnot, because they will think that, oh, if I can get it this early, then what about it? I think it depends on the person. Yes, of course. I am grossly generalizing again. I'm just saying that usually when you have such an insane amount of intimacy at the first time without actually getting to know that person, then they might see you more just as a fuckable slice of meat instead of, hey, I really like this person because we actually get along and they think the same thing that I do. You know? It's a good tell, red flag, really. You know, that's an opinion. Like, if you want your BG, then you deserve your BG, okay?
This movement had genuinely pure intentions. It's the reason I have a right to vote and work and be educated.
What? Man, I told you, that whole voting thing, that's where we made the mistake.
Feminism changed our lives as women for the better. So I'm sorry, but I can't help but feel like now it's doing the complete opposite. It's a common feminist position to be anti-tradwife. They insist that tradwives have some sort of Stockholm syndrome where they've fallen in love with their own oppression, claiming that it perpetuates traditional gender roles which have held women back. But
True. I am very oppressed. I hate cooking, even for myself. I hate food. Jesus Christ.
I thought what actual feminism was
Awful.
supposed to be about was supporting
I am oppressing myself. See, that's how much of a feminist I am, that I don't even need a man to oppress me. I'm doing that myself because I'm an independent lady who can oppress herself if I want to. Okay? I don't need you for that. Thank you.
women's freedom of choice. That means supporting them if they choose to climb the corporate ladder and supporting them if they choose to be a housewife.
True.
I thought the whole point of feminism was to respect a woman's freedom of choice, even if it's not the choice we would personally make. It was to recognize that there's not a one-size-fits-all lifestyle for women and that they should be able to prioritize what's important to them.
What? Are you telling me that not every single female on this earth wants the same thing? Are you telling me that some people want to have a job and other people want to have families? What? Yeah, impossible. No. Everyone wants the same thing. Everyone wants to be a girl boss and they want to slay and want to be a corporal girly and they want to have situationships and they want to be rich and have the Gucci bag and the Hermes bag and whatever they have and want to date the CEO. That's all.
Feminism will argue against this by saying that choices
Help changing the water filter. Oh, honey, you need a job. Wait, what? Everything I did for my boyfriend today. A stay-at-home girlfriend. What? There is a stay-at-home girlfriend? What? I fully enjoy cooking for my husband, seeing him, blah, 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 blah. Wait, okay, but can I just... Changing a water filter? Everyone needs to know how to change a water filter. What are we talking about? It's like next time, help needing how to flush the toilet. Oh, honey, you need a job. What?
don't exist in a vacuum, and society impacts your ability to make autonomous decisions, but you can make that exact same argument on the other side too. I could sit here and tell you that your decision to be a feminist is because social media has brainwashed you into believing that women are oppressed. So your choice to be a feminist isn't a real choice at all, but instead a reaction to your cultural environment. You can run in circles forever trying to make this argument against either side. That's
Fanboys don't qualify for a stay-at-home girlfriend. That's not true. I think a fanboy could be even more qualified because they will always dress cute, right? Because that's what a fanboy is. You always dress like adorable, short skirt, and you get stuck in the washing machine. So, yeah.
That's because it's a dumb argument. Who are you to assume that another woman's choices aren't autonomous? The mere assumption of that is actually quite anti-feminist of you. This is the female version of Sneeko calling everyone who disagrees with him a bot. You're accusing grown women of being incapable of coming to their own autonomous conclusions. That means you're doing the exact thing that you constantly accuse men of doing to you. Maybe some women like traditional gender roles. That's cool. Let them do their thing just like you're allowed to do yours. I'm the most
That's not possible. They should be hooking up with 100 men. And they should be girl bossing. No, they are victims. It's the damn patriarchy telling them. No, don't let them. Bro, it's the same thing. It's like if a woman's in a way where the other women don't like the way the woman is womaning, that's bad. It's the same as like hot chicks in video games. They are not into that, therefore it's not allowed. Okay, you cannot woman in a feminine tread wifey way. Okay, that's offensive. Hasn't it always been though? No. Did this video struck a nerve? No. I'm okay.
most masculine woman I've ever
Just 100 screw you, a conservatist. Bro, I don't even think I met 100 people in my entire life. And there are these girls just having them in their bedroom just like in a half year. I like, what?
met. I should be the first in line to be championing the end of traditional gender roles. But I'm not like this because I'm resisting the patriarchy. This is just a part of how I am. I like buying stocks. Playing with boobs. I'm just a chill guy. Wow. Women against
Same. Honestly, yeah, same. Based. True. She's just a chill guy. Yeah.
Except in today's terms, it means wet ass put. With modern feminism currently preaching sexual liberation, it may be surprising to learn that at one point it was the complete opposite. In the 1970s, anti-pornography was a growing part of feminism. And when you think about it, it actually makes perfect.
Pornography is not liberation. Porn creates violence and hate. Porno, the theory. The practice. Wow. Dude, this wouldn't stand in today's age.
perfect sense because it's consistent with the core values of feminism.
Porn hurts women. It's such an interesting question, whether porn hurts women or not. I don't know where I stand on it. I'm a little bit split. Because personally, I think everyone has the right to do whatever they want with their body. But I also think it's not normal that every time a hot 18-year-old turns 18, basically they open an OnlyFans. So I'm a little bit split on it. Like, I wish there would be other choices. There is just way too many people who just immediately open an OnlyFans because that's the easy money, you know? The actresses seem kind of messed up often. Well, I'm gonna say that it probably doesn't feel good to, you know, just be tossed around as just like a whole, basically. If you don't like pornography, don't watch. Oh, it's not about watching it. It's about people normalizing and indulging with it. So I'm a little bit split. Maybe, like, we shouldn't glorify it. That's for sure. But would I ban it? I'm not sure if I would ban it. You know? I just hated that that's like the first thing that everyone wants to do. It's like, oh, there is a pretty girl. They start their social media. They are slowly building up the social media when they are like 16 and 17. And in the very second she turns 18, boom, here is my OnlyFans. You know? I am not a goon lord, man. It's just, I don't want every pretty girl to be on OnlyFans, you know? Like, where are the good girls? Listen, I'm down bad for the bad girls, but like, can't we have sometimes some good girls?
To demonize the objectification of women and stop
Just
the
a little.
fetishization of sexual violence against them. We know that porn is overwhelmingly aggressive towards women. We also know that consumers are more likely to commit acts of sexual violence, less likely to intervene if they witness an assault, and more likely to objectify and dehumanize.
Pornography leads to an increased likelihood for women to be perpetuate violence as well. Ooh. Oh, that's so interesting. So if they are exposed to that environment, they tend to be a little bit more violent. Then it's almost like that it's not good for your soul. I don't believe that. You don't think that it changes something in people? I think. And I'm going to talk about porn stars, not strictly about OnlyFans, because OnlyFans can vary. I don't think it's a bad thing to like be like a spicy cosplayer, right? We are talking about corn, like in and out with strangers. I think if you have a lot of in and out with strangers, this kind of breaks your soul. It's when something as intimate that, like, you know, the Lord intended it to be intimate, becomes basically a job for you and just like a monotonous chore, just like logging into Genshin to do your dailies because that's how you get your primo gems. Like, that kind of breaks you. That leaves like a mark on you. You know, it becomes just like stale and bad. This isn't about the actors. This is talking about the viewers. Is it? No, bro, everyone watches corn. Like, okay, no matter whoever denies it, everyone watches it. If a girl says that I would never, I don't believe you. I don't believe you, man. Women are into the craziest shit, okay? I have seen those smuts. Do you know what AO3 is? You don't want to know, but I have read what they put up there, and I saw the tags, okay? I saw the tags. Don't worry, women are down bad, insanely down bad. So what's that? It's nothing. Don't worry about it. It's a website where people put fanfictions, okay? And there are fanfictions about everything. And you have the craziest, cursed things. Women chose the bear. They were talking about Baldur's Gate, okay? Every woman chose the bear in Baldur's Gate. Okay, not everyone. Most of them chose the skinny pale vampire. But after that, it was the bear.
as women. Corn is seriously bad for both genders, but especially women. So to see the feminist
I actually disagree. I think it affects men more. I think men are more prone to get addicted to it. I never heard about a girl getting into like an addiction where they just like can't stop it. It's like blah, 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 blah. I'm sure it happens, okay? Again, generalizing. But men are more prone to getting addicted. And I heard that it can leave some undesirable effects on men, you know? Like that they actually cannot cope with work or reality because they are so addicted that they have to go multiple times over and over and over.
movement glorify platforms like OnlyFans and other adult content feels like a complete slap in the face. How can you possibly complain about how oppressive?
No, that's kind of too much. Are you telling me that you never met a guy who stroked one too many times during a day? It cannot just be me that I meet the biggest gooners of the entire planet. Not really. Never. Okay, that's a cope. That means that you're the gooner. Do you care to share? No.
To get addicted, women don't call it addiction, they call it making fanfictions or fangirling.
Yeah, but yeah. How you meet them? They are in the community. I know you. We made multiple polls of what's the norm to give love to your naked mole rat, and I saw the numbers. Okay. The 12 plus people were lying. I don't think so. Yeah, man, the Georgian off. The Georgian off was not lying. I believe you. Only 10 times a day. I'm going to say I don't think it's unusual for a boy to get addicted to corn. I think it's almost unfortunately normal, and almost everyone goes through that phase. Again, I'm generalizing, so if you are not a goon lord, then that's not you. But I bet that there are people in chat who got addicted to it and may or may have not gotten over it, right? Which is fine. It's very unusual statistically. I don't know about that, bro. I didn't know. Maybe I was going into different circles because I heard different stories. Corn addiction is real, and it's very sneaky because like it sort of just like crawls up on you, you know? It's like, oh, you're feeling down. Oh, you're a little bit bored. Oh, you cannot sleep. Oh, you're just again bored a little bit, or sure. I know someone who got fired for watching it at work. He was married. Well, okay, like, yeah. Being married doesn't mean a thing. It just means that you get it once a week or once a month, okay? That doesn't mean a thing. But, yeah.
Of it is to be objectified and then objectify yourself for profit. I don't understand how modern feminists have come to this conclusion. Actually, that's a lie. I do understand. I completely understand, because it would go against the sexual liberation movement. It goes against the sex positivity narrative. But one honest look at the statistics and it's blatantly clear. There's nothing liberating or positive about this industry. So what happened? Why did the anti-corn feminist protests stop? This article explains it perfectly. Anti-corn feminists were labeled sex negative in an era of feminism that was heavily influenced by liberalism. Individual choices, as opposed to mass liberation, became the forerunning feminist agenda. If that doesn't perfectly encapsulate the modern feminist movement, I don't know what does. The current movement wants all the ideals of feminism without having to sacrifice anything for it. The movement doesn't want to give up porn. It doesn't want to give up casual sex. That would be infringing on my personal freedoms. But maybe true liberation requires some personal sacrifice of those beloved freedoms. You can't eat a pound of cake every day and expect to lose weight.
What? That's actually so true. That they really, what they want is that they want everything that they deem good, but they don't want the consequences, right? Like, you want to have sex with multiple partners, but you don't want to be labeled a slut. You want to show up your curves and tits, but you don't want people to goon at you, and you don't want them to call you a whore, right? And you want to be a high, quote unquote, high value female, but you can also just like, you know, act a little bit more promiscuous. Yeah, all the advantages without the responsibilities.
Your goals require a sacrifice. The issue of equal pay is another primary.
She believes equal play, equal pay. Okay, but if she believes equal play, equal pay, then whenever you're at a date, also equal play, equal pay. I don't know why this doesn't go any further, that whenever you're in a relationship, then you have to be also equal. In South Korea, they don't have to serve in the military, but there are plenty of feminists. Well, I mean, just in general, women are not, you know, mandated to go into the military. It's only for the lads, even in countries where it's actually you have to go. No, like you are allowed to go as a woman, but you don't have to if you don't want to.
Subject that feminists bring up. It's also probably the #1 most misrepresented topic in feminism. The gender pay gap does not exist because of the patriarchy oppressing women. The pay gap only exists because women are more likely to choose lower paying jobs. If you compare a man and a woman working at the same place, in the same position, with the same amount of experience working the same amount of hours, the pay is exactly the same. But when you compare the average income of men versus women, there's obviously going to be a gap. This is because men choose careers like car mechanics and truck driving, whereas women choose careers like teaching and nursing.
Okay, to be fair, we should raise the teacher's salary. I don't think it's a hot take. These kids are becoming stupider and more aggressive every single day because they are raised on freaking cocoa melon and they are little shits and teachers are giving up. Okay? I think that's such a big mistake that you're not paying them more to deal with it. That's by design. Dude, I would just quit. I would be like, okay, little shit, you're on your own. Good fucking luck.
Quick comparison of these incomes, and it's easy to...
What's with the feminism, Mark? I actually don't think I'm a feminist. I disagree with a lot of things. I agree with some things, but I disagree also with a lot of things. So, I have my own little ideas of what I think that is good and what is bad. And I don't like to label myself as this or that, like this spectrum of political belief or that, because there are things I like from the left and there are things I like from the right. There are things that I like from feminism, but there are things that I also hate. You're a trad? I am not a trad. Oh, shut up. I'm literally a streamer. A yapping 2D girl who also likes cooking. Liking cooking doesn't mean that I'm a trad.
To see why there's a pay gap. It's not massage.
That just means I like food. Okay, that means I'm a chonker. And I don't want to spend money on eating out. And also I happen to be a good cook, so I like my food.
That creates this gap. It's just preference. Women have all the freedom in the world to go be an automotive mechanic, just like men can become teachers, but that's not typically what each gender wants to do on average. So from the outside, when you show the statistic of the gender pay gap, everyone's jaw drops and jumps to conclusions about sexism. But if you just look a little deeper, it's easy to see why it's there. If you're a woman and you're unhappy with your salary as a teacher, go be a truck driver. It is actually that simple. Something I can't stand about the feminist movement and really many other modern movements is how
so true. Man, truck driving, my beloved. What? Honestly, I don't think truck driving is that bad, but it might just be because we played Euro Truck Simulator and it was kind of almost peaceful and serene just to be on the road. It's just you and the endless honk and you don't even like flip your car and you survived and it's even better. I don't know. There is some joy to it. You can listen to like podcasts or like, the books that they read up or music or whatever. You just like sleep there. You eat something delicious on the road. It could be a vibe. It's chill, but it's exhausting. Well, yes, of course. As most jobs. But like if I would have to choose, if I hypothetically I would have a driving license and I wouldn't be tied by like, any family or whatever, I'm not sure if I would choose to work in McDonald's or Starbucks. I would rather be a driver. Like those things are so sucking, man. Not only that you have to put up with customers' bullshit, but you also have to be on your feet constantly and just like everyone looks down on you. Ugh, I don't know. Truck driving needs a lot more skill than McDonald's. Yeah, but let's say hypothetically that I'm a competent female. Okay, let's say that I have those skills. I don't, but like hypothetically, in an alternate universe where I am a competent female and I know how to drive, I would rather be. Or like an Uber driver. That's not that hard, right?
Don't imagine having driver license as cool.
Aww.
Bad cat, stop it.
See, the patriarchy is not letting me have a driving license. It's all because of the patriarchy, bitch. Why?
Evasive they are to taking responsibility. If you're not happy with your pay, change jobs. You don't have to make it a political movement. You don't have to find someone to blame. You can just do something to change your situation. You can't really talk about feminism without also talking about.
Is that a very demonic fan art of Andrew Tate? Because I kind of hate it. I kind of really hate it. It's terrible.
The red pill manosphere space. This is because they respond to one another culturally. The red pill purports that they have the solutions to these modern feminist problems. Spoiler alert,
Yeah.
they don't. The red pill solution is extremely unrealistic for the majority of both men and women. The red pill has this idea that women need to just skip college and go back to being housewives, except that most of the men saying this would never be able to afford that lifestyle. Homie, you don't even have the career to be able to pay for the lifestyle of the woman that you want. The red pill will blame women for failing to fulfill their feminine roles without even recognizing that as men, they're failing just as badly at fulfilling their masculine ones. I really don't think that the red pill's idea of expecting men to be able to afford supporting an entire family on their one income is realistic at all. I think in theory the traditional family dynamic is a great idea and would make very happy, healthy relationships, but in modern times less than 1/4 of men will ever be financially capable of achieving such a feat.
Thank God that we came back to the part where we can blame men again. I was getting worried, but yeah, this is also all your fault, actually. Because I know that women ask for equal pay, but you should still be earning more. So this is all your fault. Thank you.
In today's economy, the trad lifestyle is reserved for only the most prosperous men. But yet the red pill preaches it like it's the majority solution. Pew Research shows in 2022, only 23% of households had the husband as the sole provider of income. That means 77% of women were contributing to household income. Most guys just aren't out here making enough money to support himself.
Skill issue? Lads, where is the OnlyFans? I keep telling you. Open up the OnlyFans. Don't let the females win. You also have a great guy who see the pussy. Yeah. You can do it. I believe.
A woman and kids. And in today's economy, I would say that's pretty understandable. What I don't see the red pill talking about is how a lot of women would love to adopt the traditional lifestyle, but there's just not enough prosperous men to go around. Given an alternative, many women might very well choose to be a housewife. Feminism might be the only movement that can get away with constantly complaining about how oppressive it is to be objectified and then simultaneously objectify themselves.
That's true. I think there is actually more women who would love to be quote unquote trad wife than who are willing to admit. It just makes me think about my cousin, how she went to universities and has all the kind of like fancy education and master's degree and whatnot, and she got together with a guy and she pooped out 2 kids and now she's just chilling at home and she doesn't want to go back. She's just happy to stay at home, which doesn't always mean that they want to stay at home. Many women want to go back to work because, you know, that's what they find joy in. But the fact that you have the opportunity to do that is nice. She got the college experience, yeah.
The problem is that this movement wants all the benefits of feminism without any of its consequences. Say
what? Surely not. Surely not. That would never happen. Women only wanting the positive stuff. No, I don't think so. I refuse to believe it. What? Are you saying that we want to have our cake and you want to eat it? Yum yum? Impossible.
You want equality until you realize that means splitting the bills, unclogging the toilet, and having to kill the spider. In modern relationships, it's common for the financial theory of the woman to be everything he makes is ours and everything I make is mine, rather than both partners contributing equally, which is
whatever is mine and whatever is yours is also mine. It's true. I'm sorry. That's how the world works. So yeah, I'm requiring a tax. A small tax of 95% of your salary every month. You can keep the rest of the 5%, okay? I am not a monster. This is fine.
Which is what feminism claims to want.
Repeat, tariff. Yeah, these are tough times. Mr. Trump put a lot of tariff even onto Switzerland, so I am putting also a tariff onto you guys. My good gentlemen, the tariffs are on.
There's a book called Sexual Utopia and Power by Roger Devlin that sums this up perfectly. The modern woman wants all the benefits of a traditional marriage but is unwilling to pay the cost. She wants a man to marry her without her having to marry the man.
Ooh. Oh, that's such an interesting take. This rainbow side, yeah, I noticed it too. But that is an actually interesting take, that they want to be married to a man, so they want all the advantages of having a husband, but they also don't always want to perform as a wife because you have to be a girl boss and independent. But I mean, isn't it the wet dream of everyone though? I think it all goes back to people just don't want to adult anymore. I think everyone is just tired of adulting. We were told that one day AI will come and do our work and we will just have to lay back down and just chill. And we are still waiting, but all we get is that AI takes our job. We don't have money and we are just like, oh, I guess I will die now. You know? So it's like a monkey paw, I think you guys call it. Or something, that we wished for something, it's here, but it's kind of twisted and it turned out awful. Yeah. Rip.
Feminists are even demanding that there be quotas for women to be in executive positions, but they never talk about there being quotas for women in bricklaying. It's clear that modern feminism wants all the benefits of something without any of its sacrifice. Let's be very clear. That is not equality. That's privilege.
Ooh. Duck? Yep. I would also like to be a CEO, and I would like everyone to treat me as a CEO, because if you don't, then I will cry. What we yap about, you know, just things. Boys. How Jesus saved us. Question mark, I guess. Just casual things.